Welcome back, everybody. This is a new idea I came up with when I was fishing the other day with the eggs, and we caught this king with the slider plug setup and the coon shrimp or egg setup on the lower bait. One of the things I was noticing is I'm throwing the eggs on there with a single hook, and it's going to lower my odds. And when I've got the times to sit there and tie up baits when I'm plunking, I came up with a different idea that would be more successful when I'm using the eggs. It doesn't take a lot of extra time, and what I'm going to do is keep a couple of these pre-tied, so when I pull in to check my bait, I quickly throw on another leader with an egg tied up on it with its whole setup like what I'm going to show you, and I'll cast it out, be back fishing, and then I'll re-tie up the eggs on this setup. Here's one that's already tied up, okay? And you're going to notice that this has the spin and glow, the two beads, and an egg sac. The only difference with this egg sac is if you look close, it's on a treble hook. So if this fish comes at this from any side, it's going to get stuck by that hook right underneath there. So we have the treble hook sitting underneath the bottom side. And the way I got this on here, I'm about to show you. And it comes right down to that. You throw your two beads on, you throw your spin and glow, pre-tied leader, all set up, ready to go in your container. And then I have a couple different size hooks. So if I want to go to a bigger cheater size, like say this one or this one, because it's higher, faster flowing water, and I want to put a bigger egg sac, there you go. So I've got a much bigger hook on this one here for those big kings that are coming through there, and I can take and slide either one of these right on there just like that. This one would even have no problem taking on this big one here. Matter of fact, I'll show you real quick. So even with my extra jumbo size that I'm going to be testing out here, and the river I'm using this in is a barbed river. If you're going to fish a river that is not barbed, do not use a treble hook. If you have to take the barbs off a treble hook, it's not going to work correctly. But this right here, I mean, this is just a no-brainer. Look at the size of those hooks sticking out of that egg sac. And what I'm going up and getting tomorrow are red hooks instead of these chrome ones. I wanted to do this so that you could see it really well and see what it looks like. But tomorrow I'm going to be retying these to go fishing with red treble hooks. So you won't even see that in there. Those fish are going to come up and smack that unknowingly and get hooked from one of those three sides instead of just a possible one side. You guys see how much I'm upping the hook ratio here. Now the downfall to this is when you go to change this out after half an hour or so, this egg sac's going to be washed of those eggs. It's not going to look as beautiful as it does now. So you're going to have to change this. And in order to change this, I'm going to show you how to put this together, and you're going to see why it takes a second and you want to have some of these pre-tied. Okay, let's go ahead and tie up this hook. I kind of showed you guys what these are going to look like. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie one up so you can see why it's not a very quick setup to have when you change your bait. You want to have them pre-tied so that your line is in the water so that you can catch more fish. You don't want this to take back have any drawbacks. And most of our leaders are going to be anywhere from 24 to 40 inches. So I'm just going to strip off a little bit extra on this for the tying factor. And I'm going to go ahead and tie one up for this guy that we're going to be setting out here in a couple of days. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tie a regular clinch knot, get that wet, spin it 7 times, and then puts its back through there just like this. I'm going to be doing this setup a couple of different ways. Also help it cinch down. And I always triple, quadruple check these knots. Make sure they're cinched down all the way and they're not going to break, that you made sure you got a good knot on there. Leave about 1/8 of an inch there. Now, you're going to have your 2 beads ready to go in your spinning glow in your box, okay? And when you're going to pull your hook off of your pre-tied board, I'm going to pre-tie these like this and have them sitting like this in my container, at least a few of them. And when you got to retie one, at least have your pre-tied board set up like this with these ready to go. Now what you're going to do is get your egg sac out. Oh, let me go ahead and throw on some gloves. Okay, so now that we have this tied up, we're going to set that aside here, and we're going to go ahead and make the egg sac. Get these egg material at most of your fishing stores or online. It's just a nice stretchy material, and I'm going to get the color red. This is why I'm going to also get red treble hooks to match all this color. Then you're going to go ahead and take some eggs. I like to use my loose eggs that I'm not using for, say, close-in bobber fishing in the boat or something. I don't have to cast far. I can use a nice big clump of eggs with no sack on it. If I'm casting and fishing eggs from shore, I want to use this sack material so I can get a lot of casts out of it, or plunking. It just sits there. So these are loose eggs here, okay, from last season. I just thawed them out today. And all I did was took some water and set this into some cold water and waited for them to thaw out. Now I've got a half tablespoon here. Okay, this is the size that I like to use. And for this size of hook, I'm going to go with about a leveled off size. If I want to go to this size hook, I'm going to get myself a little bit bigger of a little kid's scoop like that. And that's going to make a sack about this big. If I want to go to that size, I'm going to take half a tablespoon and I'm going to make a sack about this big. Okay, so maybe just a little bit out of there like that. So for a sack this big, this is probably just right there, just like that, okay? And that should be perfect for this size hook and that sack. Now I'm looking at the hook, and what I'm doing is making sure that the eggs don't come out past these hooks very far. Now this looks a little bit too big for this because I just noticed that that hook is smaller than that hook, see? So I'm going to go ahead and downsize that. If I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller one for that clearer, smaller water and have a smaller spin and glow, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit out of here, just like that. And I want to make sure that when that sacks up, it leaves those hooks kind of towards the outside of that egg. There we go. We're going to go ahead and go with this one. It's going to be a very small sack. This should be just right. You're just going to take the corners and just fold them all up into your fingers and grab each corner. You'll find that instead of 4, it's going to be like 6 as you pull them up. Grab each corner and pull it together so you have it just like that. And then twist it 3 or 4 times. And now that you got it like this, with that little knot on there, not knot, but it's all twisted up, take your magic yarn and just lay your magic yarn across that twist spot and hold it with your thumb there, just like that. Now take the magic yarn and pull tight, get it to stretch. When it sinks back up, that's what makes it grab itself. So pull it and stretch it, go around there. I usually do about 5-6 times. And then hold it tight, pull it and break it off just like that. That's it, you're done. Now you just take your scissors and you're going to trim off this top piece. Trim that little piece there and there. Make it look nice and pretty. Okay, now this next part is the part that's a little bit different and why you want to have some of these pre-tied on the water to be able to go ahead and get it ready and have it done. So if we've got this hook here, you're just going to take this threader, okay? It's a threader with a small hole in the end here. And you're just going to take your leader line, go through there by about 5-6 inches, fold it over just like this. So you've got it looped through there just like that. And just hold it tight right here on the hole. And you're going to take, and I'm going to go with this smaller one on there because I really want those hooks to stick out. Now here's the top, right? I'm coming in directly from the bottom and I want it to come out right in my knot on the top there. I might have to push kind of hard. There, I got it to come straight through. This is so it's going to have that line coming through here directly through the middle of my eggs. And just pull down just like this and pull it all the way through and out. And you'll see that line comes all the way out of the threader. Just take it out of the threader now. And go ahead and slide your egg sac all the way down here. Now I don't want to mash my eggs up. So what I do is I just take, where that thread is coming out there, take my scissors and make sure you're facing your scissors away from your line and just make a small clip right there. I made sure I was not near that line. It's very important you'll clip your line. So now it's going to be perforated a little bit. These eggs should just slide right down there. Make sure it's big enough to, oh, look at that. Make sure it's big enough to take that hook through there. Now I'm happy, folks. Look at that. Try not to hook yourself pulling this down on there, but you guys see what I'm talking about. A fish grabs this and he's got 3 hooks on 3 different sides of this egg sac that he can get nailed on. And I'm going to take and kind of center that down and try and push that shaft almost all the way through. There you go, and that's real soft. If a fish grabs that, it's going to break right through there and hook them. So I've got all 3 treble hooks on there instead of a single hook. This is what you got, guys. Now that we worked the hooks through the sack, we're going to throw a couple of these beads on here. Just like that. Go ahead and get your spin and glow. And this is going to catch us a nice, beautiful king salmon tomorrow. But see how those hooks are sticking out of there, you guys? I mean, it's just, it's a no-brainer. Single hook or triple hooks. And again, this is a barbed area. If I had to use barbless, I'd be back to a single big river hook with that long shank so it stays hooked in that fish. These little side shanks without those barbs are useless. They're too short. You want to have those hooks be barbed if you're using a treble hook. So that's the way we do it here. This is another test that I'm going to do, another test setup in addition to these plunking test setups that I've been doing over this last month or so. I really think this is going to up our odds, you guys. This one with this size would go up to this size egg sac for this size spin and glow. And there you have it. Spin and glow fun, and it's a little bit messy. Get yourself a pair of gloves. There's a lot of sugar in these eggs, but again, don't worry about that. These fish love that smell. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, hit your notifications on your device and in your YouTube settings so that you get notified of each video coming out. I'm always testing new stuff and getting more hookups like with these crazy big spin and glows. Have a good night. See you on the next one.